What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the Rockiit In Reidsville show. I'm your host, Montana Brown. We are just entering into the month of December, which means we are officially starting the most wonderful time of the year. If you've been to downtown Reidsville lately, I'm sure you've taken notice of the beautiful decorations that have been set up recently by city staff. If you go down there, you're going to see lights, banners, trees, wreaths, displays. Pretty much, if it makes you think of the holiday season, I can just about guarantee you that you're going to see it in downtown Reidsville. If you haven't seen it, you're missing out, and I highly recommend that you take some time out of your day to see what all the hype's about. Perhaps the best time to see it would be at the upcoming annual downtown Christmas tree lighting event that takes place on December 6th from 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. I'll touch a little bit more on that lately. We got a pretty packed show for you today, so I just want to jump right into the meat of it. It's going to be a pretty fun, fantastic show. We are actually recording from Reidsville's very own Winter Wonderland, perhaps better known as the magnificent historic penthouse located at 324 Maple Avenue. So the penthouse is actually going to be the center of our discussion today, and for that reason I'd like to go ahead and introduce our special guest, Mrs. Emerald Stone.
Hi.
How are you doing today, Emmy?
Good.
Good. I greatly appreciate you being on the show today. I know I had to perhaps pressure you a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But the camera loves you. You're going to do great. You're going to do great.
Okay.
So first question for you. Can you tell us a little bit about your role with the city of Reidsville?
Okay. So I am a part of the marketing department under you, of course. And then I also manage the penthouse here. So I am overseeing most of the day-to-day operations.
That's awesome. And how long have you been doing that role?
Roughly 3 years.
3 years.
For part-time, then moved to manager position. So.
That's awesome. That is awesome. You have done an incredible job, and I will go ahead and point out to y'all that Emmy was recently accepted an award, actually, as the Above and Beyond employee for the city of Reidsville at our holiday luncheon. So, you know, if you see her, make sure to give her congratulations. It's very well earned.
Thank you.
I know you were annoyed to be nominated, but you deserved it, and that's why you got
Not
it.
a center of the attention kind of person.
Yeah, but here we are.
Background roles.
So, tell me about the penthouse. What is the penthouse?
Well, the penthouse is a city-owned facility, and it is here for all kinds of events.
So what kind of events take place here?
We do a lot of weddings, and then we also do different, like, smaller showers, birthdays, anniversaries, dinners, different things like that. Have a couple of school functions coming up as well, but yeah, pretty much anything.
So it really serves kind of as almost a community event center for the people of Reidsville. I mean, I'm sure people come from all around, but that really is largely our demographic.
Mm-hmm.
I gotcha. So what's the history of the house? When and how did it become a city property?
So the original home here on the property was built in 1908. That actually burned to the ground in 1930. So everything that is on the property today is from 1931 on. The city, it was donated to the city in 1980 by Miss B. Penn Moore. She was huge in the community, and she was a wonderful woman from what I understood. I never got a chance to meet her though. So it was her wish when she donated the house that we be open for different events like this, that we be affordable, and that we be open to the community.
Gotcha. She does sound like a very special woman. I mean, it's turned into a true asset for the community. We're going to talk a little bit about the rooms and, you know, kind of about what makes the penthouse special. But you want to talk a little bit about the carriage house that was recently built?
So the carriage house, yes. That is our newest facility. It can hold up to 250 people is what it was designed for. It's got these beautiful roll-up doors. It's just very unique structure. But the reason behind it is during COVID, when it actually was found that the city didn't have a large enough space for meetings to take place where everyone could have the adequate space that they needed. So that's where we kind of went into looking and finding grants and finding some money to build this structure and have it be open for city events and be another asset for the penthouse.
I gotcha. When did that open up?
The beginning of this year. It opened in March.
So very fresh.
Mm-hmm, very new.
Mrs. Summer Moore's wedding wasn't the first one in there, though, right?
No. Our first wedding was in April, I believe.
Oh, so pretty quick. Someone
Yeah.
booked it. Yeah, just anticipating, wait for it to be done.
We had it booked well before, before it had officially opened.
Mhm.
So we'd had brides touring, and they were like, "This is a beautiful property," and I'd show them a vision or a picture of what it was going to look like, and they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna book this."
Nice.
So.
That's a lot of trust, though.
Yeah, it took a lot of communication, and just it took a lot of work, but I think it turned out beautifully. I had a ton of pictures come in too of the brides that got married this past year, and it's beautiful.
So what was, I guess you talked a little bit about it, but I guess what really was, what was more so of that vision? I guess we need the extra space. Who kind of led it? Who kind of led that charge?
So that was Judy Yarborough, my mentor, and she's she's not with us anymore, but she had a vision for that building, and it turned out beautifully. She picked everything from the chairs to the wall color, the lighting, everything in that building was her. And it was donated to her back in March, so you'll find her picture on the wall. So I'm really happy to be a part of it and kind of make sure that everything's to her specifications when we do events and stuff in there. So
I'm sure she would be very pleased with how it turned out and how you've been able to manage the house.
I'm trying.
No, I'm pretty sure she would be. I'm sure you've held it to her standard as well. Again, we get nothing but compliments on you. I mean, literally every week I get a call about you, and people are just raving about the service that you
I find
provide.
that hard to believe, but I do my best.
You don't. You manage people so well. Like, I haven't had one Bridezilla complaint since I've been here in the last 6 months. And anything can go wrong on that day, and the smallest inconvenience can just turn the day sour because everything's supposed to be perfect.
Well, I can't take all the credit for that because that is some of my staff too. They are here the day of. I only handle leading up to the day. I'm not here for the weddings themselves unless I'm needed. But my staff really knows how to handle whatever comes through that door. They can make sure that the day happens the way it's supposed to.
And they do a wonderful job. But that's also a testament to you and you guys as a team. You guys work very well together. And also, when I first met them, they spoke very highly of you too. So, hey, again, you deserve that award. So, is there a time of the year where people can't rent the penthouse?
So no. Wedding seasons typically start in April just because of our landscaping. Our ferns get out, the trees start to bloom, and it's a really beautiful time in April. And then that stays upkept all throughout the summer into the fall. And we do book in the winter. We can do December weddings. It doesn't look as nice outside. It's always cold. But with our new structure, the carriage house, we do have that availability inside for those meetings, for those weddings. If they wanted to have it here during the winter months, they could.
I guess a lot of the events that happen during the winter season, I guess, are probably holiday Christmas parties?
Yes, we do a lot of Christmas parties. We decorate the house beautifully every year. There's a tree in each room. So we do rent it out for those. Yes, this is just one of our amazing trees. But we end up probably with 8 or 9, I think, total.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit. How many weddings do you think you usually see per year?
Per year? Probably between 12 and 15. Just here lately. I'd love to increase that number, but with our capability now and our limited dates, that's normally what we see.
Gotcha. And there's a lot of community events hosted here as well. For example, and I'm sure Charles can also speak on it, that the Chamber's Everything Expo took place. What was that, last month?
October.
Yeah, well, time flies. Okay, 2 months ago, but it was exceptional. So there was over 60 vendors here. It was a health fair, career fair. It was just a blast. So you guys did a great job on that as well. I do have a couple more questions before I do actually let you go, Emmy.
Okay.
So is the facility open to the public?
No. The short answer is no. Each event we rent for is private, so unless you're invited to that event, you cannot come on the property. We do open one time a year for the public, which is actually the first Saturday in December. It's our holiday market. It's actually happening this Saturday, so that'll be from 9 to 2. if you want to come by, see the Christmas decorations, see what our vendors have, they're always something new, unique Christmas gifts that you can find here. But other than that time, we are technically closed to the public. We don't do like historic tours or anything like that. So.
Gotcha. Last question I have for you, Emmy, and I know this is a tough one for you, but what is your personal favorite room or space in the penthouse?
I honestly, I love them all. But there's a spot in the home where you come off the front porch. The front porch is just lovely all the time. The roses bloom. You get a beautiful breeze. It's in the shade. And then when you enter in the front door, it's the front foyer. It's so beautiful. You got the chandelier there, the beautiful spiral staircase, and it's my favorite spot.
It's breathtaking. Yeah. It's breathtaking. So thank you for that, Emmy. I got a couple other updates for you guys. Again, I just want to remind you, the holiday market is going to be taking place this Saturday, December 7th, from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. here at the Penthouse, and it's going to be all throughout the Penthouse. So rooms all throughout the house, as well as the new carriage house that we briefly mentioned, will have vendors set up in each room selling their handmade crafts for the holiday season. So make sure to come out, bring some cash, because most of them only accept cash, and support your neighbors and the talents, and because those are the folks that really help make Reidsville a special place. There's a couple other events I want to talk to you about. So this Friday, December 6th, I mentioned it earlier in our show, we're going to be having the annual downtown Christmas tree lighting. That's going to be taking place from 6 to 8:30 p.m. There's going to be a visit from the big man himself, Santa Claus, and we're going to keep our eyes peeled for Mr. Grinch as well. There's going to be photo opportunities with both of them. There's going to be live performances from the Reidsville High School Chorus, as well as Ashley's Academy of Dance. We're going to be providing free hot chocolate, s'mores, a bounce house, hay rides, all those good things are going to be available to you and the public, your family. You can also come hungry. There's going to be food options, including food trucks, and we spoke with many of our downtown restaurants, and they're going to be open throughout the event, open for business. They're willing to serve you. And last but certainly not least for this event, our friends at the Reidsville Chamber of Commerce are hosting Santa's workshop that evening. So stop by with your kids. You can work on a letter for Santa Claus, and we'll get that letter up to the North Pole for you as well. It's sure to be a fun event, so y'all please come out with your families for some holiday cheer, and make sure to dress warm, because we're expecting it to be a little bit of a chilly evening. But hey, a little cold never hurt nobody. We're going to have a good time either way. There's one other event that I want to mention to you as well, and that's going to be hosted by Reidsville's Park and Recreation Department, and that is the annual Supper with Santa event that's going to be taking place on December 20th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. So this is going to be a $10 registration fee for you and your child to have an evening there. Dinner will be served. There'll be little crafts and things that you can do as well. So be sure to check that out. If you want more information on that, you can reach out to Reidsville's Parks and Recreation Department. More specifically, ask for Mr. Jordan Yount. This is an event that he's planning, and he'll be more than happy to answer any questions for you. And that's about all I have for you today, truthfully. I greatly appreciate your time and viewership. I really hope I see you guys at this upcoming holiday events. If you see me, please introduce yourself. I'm still trying my best to meet as many people in the area as I can. I am newer to Rockingham County. So, just stop in, say hello, introduce yourself, tell me your thoughts on the show, tell me your ideas for the show. Again, you guys can call my office at any time. I'm always open for a conversation. So just stay tuned. We've got some special, slightly different shows planned for you coming up. So again, stay tuned. We're going to make a couple of changes. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to get the community involved in some future shows. Again, thank you all for being a part of Team Reidsville, and hope you have a happy holiday season. See you soon.